ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಮ್ಮಯ ನಾಡು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ನಾಡು, ಹೃದಯದಿ ಹಾಡು ಜಯ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಸಿರಿವೀಡುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾದದ್ದು ಸುರಸುಂದರ ತಾಣ ಚಾಮುಂಡಿ ಪೊರೆವ ಮಹಿಷಪುರ ಮೈಸೂರು. ಅಂದದ ಅರಮನೆಗಳ ಆಗರ, ಚಂದದ ಚೆಲುವಿನ ಚಿತ್ತಾರ, ಹಲವು ಭಾವಗಳ ಸುಂದರ ಹಂದರ, ನಮ್ಮ ಚೆಲುವಿನ ನಾಡು ಮೈಸೂರು ನಗರ. ಘಮಘಮಿಸುವ ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆಯ ಘಮಲು, ಜೀವ ನದಿಯಾಗಿ ಹರಿವ ಕಾವೇರಿ ಹೊನಲು, ಅನವರತ ಪೊರೆವ ಅಮ್ಮ ಚಾಮುಂಡೇಶ್ವರಿಯ ಮಡಿಲು, ಹೊಮ್ಮಿ ಹೊಮ್ಮುತ್ತಲೇ ಸುರಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಂಡೊಯ್ಯುವ ಶ್ರೀಗಂಧದ ಸಿರಿಗಂಧ, ಮೃಷ್ಟಾನ್ನ ಉಂಡ ಬಾಯನ್ನ ಕೆಂಪೇರಿಸುವ ಮೈಸೂರು ಚಿಗುರಿನ ವೀಳ್ಯದೆಲೆಯ ಸೊಬಗು, ರವಿವರ್ಮನ ಕುಂಚದ ಕಲೆಯ ಬೆಡಗು, ನಾರಿಯರು ಚೆಲುವು ಸೂಸುತ್ತಾ ಸೊಬಗೇ ಮೈದಾಳಿ ಸಂಭ್ರಮಿಸುವ ಮೈಸೂರು ರೇಷ್ಮೆ, ರುಚಿಯ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಬಾಗಿಲ ತೆರೆವ ಈರನಗೆರೆಯ ಬದನೆ, ಮೃಗ ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳ ಆಶ್ರಯಧಾಮ, ಕವಿ ಕೋಗಿಲೆಗಳ ಪುಣ್ಯಾರಾಮ, ಕುವೆಂಪು ಚದುರಂಗರಂತಹ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಕವಿ ಹೃದಯಗಳ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿಸಲೆ, ವಿಶ್ವವಿಖ್ಯಾತಿಯ ದಸರೆ, ವಿದ್ಯಾದೇಗುಲ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ, ಹೀಗೆ 10 ಹಲವು 100 ವಿಶೇಷತೆಗಳ ಆಗರ, ಕಲೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಗಳ ತವರೂರು, ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ರಾಜಧಾನಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಮೈಸೂರು. ಮೈಸೂರು ಒಂದು ಊರಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಭಾವನೆ. ಈ ಸುಂದರ ಕಲೆಗಳ ತಾಣವಾದ ಮೈಸೂರಿನ ನೃತ್ಯ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ತನ್ನ ನವಿರಿನ ನಲಿವನ್ನ ಜಗದಗಲ ಕುಣಿಸಿದ ಖ್ಯಾತಿಯನ್ನ ಹೊಂದಿದೆ. ಈ ಕಲೆಯ ಆಳ ಅಗಾಧತೆಗಳನ್ನ ಅರಿತಂತಹ ಹಿರಿಯ ಕಲಾವಿದರು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ಸಪ್ತಾಹ ಎನ್ನುವ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮಾಲಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಸಗ್ರಾಹಿಯ ಈ ಕಲಾ ಸಮಾಧಿವೇಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ದಿವಸ ರಸಾಭಿನಯ ಪ್ರಧಾನವಾದಂತಹ ಮೈಸೂರು ಶೈಲಿಯ ಭರತನಾಟ್ಯ ಪರಂಪರೆಯನ್ನು ಕುರಿತು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಜ್ಞಾನಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಂಡೊಯ್ಯಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಶ್ರಮವರಿತು ಹದವರಿತು ನೃತ್ಯ ಸರಸ್ವತಿಯ ಆರಾಧನೆಯನ್ನ ಗೈದಿರುವಂತಹ, ತಮ್ಮ ಈ ತಾರುಣ್ಯದ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೇವಲ ವಯಸ್ಸಷ್ಟೇ ಹಿರಿಯದಾದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಚೈತನ್ಯದ ಚಿಲುಮೆ ಚಿರ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಸದಾ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದು, ಇದೀಗ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನವನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರಖ್ಯಾತ ವಯೋವೃದ್ಧ ಜ್ಞಾನವೃದ್ಧ ಪುರುಷ ಕಲಾವಿದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಟ್ಯ ವಿಶಾರದ ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ ಡಿ ಕೇಶವ ಸರ್ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವರ ವಿಸ್ತೃತವಾದ ಯಶೋಗಾಥೆಯ ಒಂದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಂಕ್ಷಿಪ್ತ ಅಕ್ಷರ ರೂಪವನ್ನ ಇದೀಗ ಆಂಗ್ಲ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀಡ ಬಯಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ಸಪ್ತಾಹವನ್ನು ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸಲು ಆಗಮಿಸಿರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಹೃದಯರಿಗೆ ಸಾಯಿರಾಮನ್ ನೃತ್ಯ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ತುಮಕೂರು ಹಾಗೂ ಅದರ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ ಸಾಗರ್ ಟಿ.ಎಸ್. ಇವರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾದ ನಲ್ಮೆಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಹಾಗೂ ಈ ದಿನದ ಅತಿಥಿ ಮಾನ್ಯರಾದ ನಾಟ್ಯ ವಿಶಾರದ ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ ಡಿ ಕೇಶವ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನ ಬಯಸ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್. ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜೆಂಟಲ್ಮೆನ್. It's indeed our extended honor to welcome you all again on board, to be enthralled, to be in the educated, entertained and enlightened in the plethora of great artists and artisans. Here we have Natya Visharada Vidwan D. Keshava sir enlightening us about the Rasabhinaya Pradhana Mysore Parampara of Nritya Shaili. A very short profile of the consummate artist Natya Visharada Shri D. Keshava sir. The Indian dance master, choreographer and yoga teacher Vidwan D. Keshava was born and grew up in our cultural land of Mysore, South India. From 1969 until 1975, he studied dance, music and acting at the Mysore University. As the first male dancer in Karnataka, he was awarded the title of Natya Visharada and a gold medal. Vidwan D. Keshava sir studied the Indian temple dance from Bharatanatyam in the Mysore style with the doyen, the legendary Padma Bhushana Dr. K. Venkatalakshmama, the last representative of a famous temple dancing dynasty in the state of Karnataka. Natya Visharada D. Keshava sir is one of the few male Bharatanatyam dancers of his generation. Since 1976, Vidwan D. Keshava has been living in Basel, Switzerland. He and his Swiss partner Esther Jenny opened the first school of Indian dance and yoga titled Kalashri in Switzerland and acted as pioneers in establishing Indian art and culture in Switzerland. ಹೊರದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಕಲೆಯ ವಿಶೇಷತಃ ಮೈಸೂರು ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯದ ನರ್ತನದ ನವಿರನ್ನ ಜಗದಗಲ ಪಸರಿಸ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಮೇರು ನೃತ್ಯ ಕಲಾ ಕೋವಿದರಿಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಗೌರವಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಬಯಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದೀಗ ರಸಾಭಿನಯ ಪ್ರಧಾನವಾದ ಮೈಸೂರು ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ನೃತ್ಯದ ನವಿರನ್ನ ಚಲುವನ್ನ ಕಾಂಬ ಸಮಯ. ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಸರ್, ಇದೀಗ ವೇದಿಕೆ ತಮಗೆ ಮುಕ್ತವಾಗಿದೆ.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ. ಕನ್ನಡ ಬಾಂಧವರಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. എല്ലാവർക്കും വണക്കം. അന്തരിക്കൂ സുസ്വാഗതം. നിങ്ങൾക്കെല്ലാം मेरी आत्मीयमान स्वागतम. आप सब लोगों को मैं हृदयपूर्वक I request and enjoy this program what now I'm going to show. Greetings from Switzerland to all of you. Now I am here today to give some impression on Mysore Bharatanatyam style, which is the sacred dance. And I talk about our Guru, Venkatalakshma, Padmabhushana K. Venkatalakshma, and also her teacher, her Guru, Natya Saraswati, Srimati Jetitayam. They were both appointed. First, of course, Jetitayama was appointed in Mysore court, where Nalvadi Sri Krishnarajendra Vadiyar was ruling the land. Then later, also her Shishya, student, Srimati Padmabhushana Dr. Venkatalakshma, was also appointed as a court dancer. They would always dance in a very special occasions, where the big festival conducted at Darbar, a Raja's court, the king's court. And she was very specially appointed to show the Bhakti Rasa Pradhanas, God's services. And Krishnarajendra Vadiyar, he was so much impressed by her art that she was performing always with the divine feeling. And it was always presented only on his birthdays function or Ganapati Chaturthi, Vinayaka Chaturthi, what we call, and two other Deepavali celebrations which he was asked to perform the Bhakti Gitas. The Mysore style, what is the speciality in Mysore style? What she learned from Jetitayama. It is more of especially not only it's rasa pradhanita abhinaya or just only do the shringaras as a kirtanas. So it was not like this, but the whole thing, like in other dance styles like Vaduru, Tancho, Aranku, Kalakshetra, Andaluru style, like this in Mysore style also there was one Alari Kutu Illani. All the items were presented and all the Nritya adavus, like in other dance styles that present, were presenting. Still now I learned in the university when I went, so all went one Alari to Patillana, not only one item, but more Alari in different jatis, different talas, also the Jatiswaram, where the only Nritya comes different in the talas, and they're very special too. The technique of the Nritya, the adavus are a little bit more graceful, which is quite similar to Vaduru style of Tamil Nadu. We have especially hand movements where we move the wrist more and the whole body moves with the upper toes, moves with all different kind of adavus. I will shortly present a few adavus, demonstrate how it is different. Also in the Nritya part, though we do not explain any story or make abhinaya, but there is always a joy when you make the Nritya technical part of this, you just dance a jati or difficult steps, you also have a particular expressions, which is just joy, these joyful movements. Now, how Venkatalakshma came to learn under Jetitayama. It's a big story. I don't think I can cover all this in a limited time when I was studying, my guru was telling so much about her life story and also about Jeti Tayama's life story too. This is what I directly from her heard nearly every day, all those 6 years. And later on, when I came to Switzerland after my educations, there at that time, again we went with the family. I went every year or sometimes twice in a year and meet my guru, learn more things and gain more knowledge. The whole art. It is endless. I still know a little bit of that and trying to develop me still. So Diti Taima was I mean, you can get all the information in the internet today. Who was Jeti Taima? She was the daughter of a Jetti, we call it in Kannada, Jetti, Paiwan, means wrestler. She was born to a wrestler's family, not Devadasi. Like also my guru, she was not Devadasi. My guru was coming from Banjara caste. At that time, caste system was very, very strong. Even there for men to learn dance, and so though the Natavanar were male dances, but to perform as a dancer, it was very, very difficult. The system of caste system was it was not pleasant. I myself come from Gauda's family, where the farmer families. Like this, we had to fight because this divine art, it's a big passion. You get the feeling from your birth only. It doesn't say for which caste you're born. The soul brings it with his all talent. Ventilakshmas was born in a small village called Tangli near Kaduru in Karnataka when she was 9 years old. At the school, in a small school in that village, her teacher noticed that this girl is very talented, and she says to her grandparents, you should take somewhere else where the great masters or teachers are there. She should learn because she's very, very talented. And when Lakshma was telling to us, she participated in a primary school in a little dance drama. It was called the Lakshmi Saraswati Samvad. Who is the great, goddess Lakshmi or goddess Saraswati? So like this, and she did the role of Saraswati, and it seems she won the first prize, and she was telling with very happy feelings. So like this, she was brought to Mysore. It seems also in Kaduru, there was a Sringeri guru, Ananta Joyce, and he noticed this little child is talented, and he advised them to go to Mysore and learn properly. And he gave, it seems, a letter to show in Vidaram Krishnapa Mandira. It was very famous music center. It was like temple. And then they were used to come, all the stalwart musicians, to present their concerts. Excuse me. It's very hot in here. And then the grandparents of Venkalakshma took this letter. They came to Mysore. Long, long stories. They had never been. They didn't know what is Mysore, and they didn't know where to go. As soon as I got down from the train, they found a Jataka Bandi, the coach, and the kucha, and then he asked, he was another guy from Muslim guy, and they talked to him if he could bring to a chowdhury or something like this. They didn't know where to go and all. And he was so kind, it seems, and he brought them to a place where it is called Kalamanugudi Road. It was in Mysore, near Mandi Mohalla, in a small house. They rented there. They stayed for 15 days. And there they got to know a lady who was also teaching dance for kids. And this Jatka Kamala brought there too. And after this dance teacher, when she got to know that she came from all the way from Kaduk to Mysore, it was a long distance at the time, and then she took to Jeti Taima. She herself, it seems, she said, no, I am not that much no dancer. I don't know much about it, but there is a big Vidushi is there. Then she takes and brings to Jetitaima's place. Then it started. Her luck was open, and she started. It seems Jetitaima said, "Oh, very good." But Jetitaima had herself a daughter and 4 sons. When the eldest son I met, I was lucky to meet. They were living very close to our house at that time in Saraswatipuram in Mysore. And I met them. He also told a few things about the great legendary dance artist Jetitaima. I was so happy to get this news. And then my inspiration was more deeper, and I just wanted to learn all these things. And Keshava used to say many things. How she started, she accepted little girl to teach, then asked her to come tomorrow next day morning. And when Lakshma was a child, she went back with her grandparents, and then she came there again next day morning. Jetitama used to teach, wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and she would go to the well. They had a little well, and take the water from the well, out of water, the cold water, and pour directly on the head every day. It seems every morning, cold water pouring and saying the recitation mantras or shlokas from Amara, Shlokas, Amara Kosha, like this. It was all very spiritual and much philosophy with that. Whatever you do, there's always a philosophy, had a meaning, very deep meaning. So in the early morning, she would get ready, and Venkat Lakshma would come. Also, they start first with music lessons. Venkat Lakshma learned also singing and Sanskrit from Jetitaiama, which he had a little bit learned in Kaduru, but she could do more practice and learn more. So the lesson used to start like this. Jetitaiama would teach first music lessons. Saradajanti would say they have to practice anyway. If they knew they had to practice for half an hour or something like this. After practicing swaras, then they would go to items. Then they would have Angasadhana. Angasadhana, the body movements, to get free. Such exercises, free exercises, arm exercises, bending back, bending front, different simple or sometimes difficult exercises they had to do and warm up and get more flexibility and their strength in the body to move on, to do the adavus. Then they have to also use the hastas, learn hastas and say it every time. Then they will have a break, eat some breakfast, a little thing, and then go to the adavus. So adavus, like all other dance styles, we have same adavus or more adavus, but done in a different way. A little changes. Tattadavu, Natadavu, Jaradavu, Tatimettu, Metti Tettu, Haradavu, Mandi Adavu. Then we had a lot of all these adavus, even in the college, where I had to learn all the adavus first, only for many more months, only adavus. Unless you are not perfect in adavus, you cannot go to the dance number or an item to learn. So I'll just show a few adavus. That Tadavu. And also that Aravandi, especially in Mysore style, we do not do extreme down. Aravandi, this is the maximum, not more like this. And the position is not like this. The back is not pushed front. You are like this. So always this place is free that you can do the torso to the side, or to front, or to back. Because with the narrative, whenever you stretch the arm, moving sideways, you move the torso also. For instance, this is in Pataka, the hands look down. Now, you see this, you fix your side to the hand. Yato hasta, yato drishti. You come back, down. Yeah? And here, Then you start to move Griva Veda, Sundari Veda. That, then, that, jump, that, then, jump, that, this is the Nadu. Nadu will have many different styles. You add this day, with that, the or day. You have to go till the toes. You can't just stay that. Even in the third speed, you have to go back, do it completely. And the hands, you move the wrist. It looks like tail, that it's not like this, but tail, yum, there, tail, yum, da, ha. Even in the faster speed, you have, it should be seen. Tail, yum, da, tail, da, tail. Right? Or detail. They, take, they. It's always very important if you learn in a slow speed, longer time, automatically the speed will also be seen. But it's not did. It's not did. Or even not at all. Not like that. It is like for instance, and back to the rules. As that, or we have other hand movements also. Big jump, that, that, Cutting method. Also a little different. Sometimes you see another style, you come ta, they change. But in my system, ta, you close. And here, this is very typical. You go to this side, you down like this, doesn't go like this. Varieties like this. Like this. Excuse me. Like, so we have a detail. See, this is the joy. You don't do even this last year is always there. Even you do, of course, Tandava. Sometimes Madam used to say, we are all calling them our group like Madam, because we are at the university. Okay, it's another way of communication. Though we respected her like anything, we were calling Madam, Madam, like this. We would never just sit too close to her or so. Here it is different. Anyway, and also this, this, this is we also learn to do the position postures. Also with charis, all these comes also. What is also something very different, the Muktaya Dabus in the Mysore style. It's only here. We don't go. Don't do like this. Its half body is not at all seen. All the three. Faster. Jump. Sometimes you also make houses, which is the stuff like this. And we have this step also very different. And just show a combination of steps with the Panchajati, only in first speed, in one speed. Of course, when you are younger, you go through. My time is slowly, it's coming to end. I'm already 74, so I have to somehow manage with the yoga also. Still, I thank God I could still manage to move, keep me healthy and have a good condition. Other hand movement, which is also very, very different than other styles. The same mukta I do. So we go like this. We never end. Not like this. It's in my system. Then you change. Our Guru used to say, this mukta yadu comes katakamata, and why it comes near the neck, up the shoulder, so it falls down like this, closer to the knee, and cross. One should imagine when a leaf falls down from the tree down like this. So that makes it more graceful and even faster. Yeah, I think I should go to. I'd like to show the Kudimet too. Yes. It is Kudimet to take, not like this, but take. Very good like that. Yeah. Also here the Sundar. Yeah. Yeah. So that was some different movements in Kudimettu. Or we have ta, te, te, ta, he, te, te, ta. If one is doing faster, then you don't notice this. Eh? So we don't te, 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 ta. We don't do this. But we move with the body. Ta, te, te, ta, he, te, te, ta, te, ta, te, te, ta, te, 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 ta. Okay? And now, very quick, Panchajati Adu. I'm only just showing this because many people, they have the impression in Mysore style there's not much Nritya. So it is said like this, but here, this opportunity, I would say there are plenty of other adubus and all done in different jatis, different kind of combinations. Quickly to show, for me it's very important to show this. Excuse me. Jati Taima was not happy when the students drink water in the milk. Even Lakshmana was saying, you should not drink the water. Instead of drinking water quickly, you should sit down and breathe slowly, get relaxed, then continue. Yeah. But now we don't have time for this, so I just show it. An example. Now we'll come to the some expression I do. Now I would like to present this, which my Guru Lakshma loved it very much, and that was some of the items were very favorite for her, and she would show it again and again. Believe me, every time was different. It was never the same. Though the hand base is of course the same, but her facial expression, you cannot imagine. The eyes and so on. I have to look. I selected a shloka from Krishna Karnamrita, where the little Krishna asks or even begs his mother Yashoda to give him a little cup or a vessel. And the mother says, why Krishna, the leader of the Yadu Vamsha, why do you need the cup? She asks. And he says, oh, I want to drink milk. No, my child, now you cannot have this. Then the little Krishna says, Kadastiva, when gives to them. Oh, I'm talking in German. Sorry, I teach always mostly in German, not much in English. That's why sometimes the German words comes. when do you give? And then she says, oh, in the evening you will get this lesson. When the evening comes, when the darkness comes, oh, there's this clever Krishna, he closes his eyes, Amilya Akshiyugam, both eyes, and says to mother, oh, mama, now is evening come, please give me now the best. And then he pulls her sorry and begs her. Such beautiful hands was pulling the sorry of Mother Yashoda should protect us. Ushnad Nahar. I try to sing it. I always myself sing. I teach. It is from the beginning. We have done this. And now I would like to show this quickly. Normally, it is right and left. It is shown in the traditional way, even on the stage. But now I go only once through. And the way how you come also. They down. And this is start. Mata hai, mata hai, Yadunaka See this, all very special. Do this. That's what in the beginning I mentioned. Then you come. Not. For instance, in Kalakshitra style, in other styles. Then he says, now this is Tad Nasti Adhya Kada Stiva Neshi. And he says, Nesha Kava Andhaka Aro. Why Andhakar is like? Because in darkness creates the Bhayanaka, right? Andhakaro. Krishna says, Amilya Akshi Yugam Nishapi Upagata Dehi Matuhu Muhu Akshojandara Kashanu Yata So whenever we used to such things, so we have to imagine. We have to imagine the same situation, the conversation between little Krishna and the mother Yashoda. Little Krishna is not just like a little boy, but he knows that he is himself an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. But still, he was like this, playing like a little boy, like all other boys, they play with mother. Now I will show some of the hand gestures, how you do it in a rhythmical way in Padavarnam. There I use the music. It's a Padavarna composed in Shankarabhana Ragam. I only do the Chittiswara and Sahitya, not the whole Jatis and all. I took because only to show this how in a fast tempo, with the footwork, with the body movement, how to use the hastas. Because in Mysore style, it's very important also the hastakshepas, on which height you hold the hastas, whatever they are, and vinyasas, how you do that. Because there will be, to show, you say, show, I see, you bring your head, kapita, very close to the eyes. I see, I hear, you don't say, I hear, you don't say, I hear, okay? You come here, and you go away. Who or what? Such things, exactly, it is more natural way of moving. Though it is little stylized in Mysore style, it moves sahaja abhinaya we call it. So with the facial expressions, also body movements, all this together, it makes a sahaja abhinaya. Of course, the whole world in the nature, everybody is dancing. It's a kind of dance. Every human being has these expressions or movements. Like this, we explain also in Europe whenever we perform like this is not very strange. It is in you. We say bye-bye, or you have something to write or talk and eat. All this, they move also, even Europeans. So we show them, if we demonstrate that they can easily understand and follow us what we are dancing. Like this, I want to show this from the Charana. Yeah. Good morning. Okay. Says, Lord, I thought you were the right person. You are such a great king. You protect everybody. So I was then only I realized this. You were the right man for me. And I felt so much in love with you, and it continued. But now I'm so deep in the passion. You know, I'm so zunken, we call it. ತೇಲು ಚುಂಡಗ ವಿರಹ ವೇದನೆಯಿಂದ ತೇಲುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So this was the small thing. And now Venkatashima, of course, you all know Jagitaima itself. She created the also Abhinaya or choreographed for Jaydeva's Ashtapadis. And what's special also, like Rasa Pradhana items with the expressions, though in Padabhinaya, Javali, Arashtapadis, we show it in a Laukikate, Laukikate, which is worldly activities. But it is meant very much to present in a very divine feeling, Adhyatmikate, where the human soul longs for the Supreme God. Jivatma Paramatmara Sammilana. We show, of course, different rasas. Nayaka bhavas, Nayaki bhavas, depend upon all different kind of situations. But still, a dancer or the soul of a dancer is always longing to reach God. This spirituality one should have in the mind. Otherwise, we cannot call it a secret dance. Yeah, we cannot sacred dance. So this also you can create if it's natural movement, and anybody can also see that, or it could be me also. So the Indian dance is like a mirror to the society. You can learn a lot to become a good person. The mistakes you can see, oh, that is not good, this is not good, but this is very good. So like this, you learn. Our Indian dance is very, very, very educated. Though it's an entertainment, through the entertainment, we educate. Not only we, it was meant like this. That's how the sacred dance came from heaven to earth. That's what we believe. So I would like to show this little, again, a sort of shlokam, Jaydeva's Ashtapadi. It is the Shringara Sapradhana, where it shows the relationship Radha and Krishna. Yahi Madhava, Yahi Keshava. I don't present the whole Ashtapadi, just in the shloka only one can feel why she's telling Yahi Madhava, Yahi Keshava. Why she's telling, go away, go away. Because she was so jealous and couldn't accept. And God Krishna came early in the morning back home, where she was whole night suffering with full of passion and waiting for him. And suddenly the morning will appear, the sun shines, the birds are twittering, and she wakes up slowly and realizes she was whole night suffering. Where did he go? Then when Krishna came, so he comes with a very bad conscience inside the house, and she opened the door. Then she looks at him, she sees the different signs, or he's smelling also with the parfum perhaps, and the lips mark on his neck or on the arms or something, this and that, a hair or flower, whatever. We all know this, how it is. And just show how the Abhinaya is done. I try to sing. katham api yamini vinirya akha kathamapi yamini vinirya smara shara jhajjaritapi smara shara jhajjaritapi smara shara jhajjaritapi prabhate 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 anunaya vinayam vadantam anunaya vinayam anunaya vinayam anunaya vinayam vadantamagre pranatamapi anunaya vinayam adantam agre pranatamapi priyamana abhya it was a short local demonstration. I quickly now coming to end, but before end, I'll show also one present a javali, if the time permits. I do the whole javali. It's a composition of Mysore great Sangeet Vidvamsa Sri Vasudevacharya. It's composed in Raga Kannada and the language Telugu. Here the Mysore Guru Prasad has sung this, and Jairam from Mysore, he has played the flute, and Mridangam was Ravi Shankar. So they all cooperated it all the time since many, many years. Still they are doing. I'm very, very happy with all the Mysore artists. So long they have supported me, and I can continue. Now, Premato Nato Matadava. Quickly to give this. Here's it's a challenge for me too. Normally the Javali was done mostly female dances, but this gives me a chance to present like a man how is requesting or telling to his wife, why can't you talk to me with a smiling face? Show me some love, treat me nicely. But she somehow, not always man do the bad things, but there are sometimes female also, they lose their interest, the love will disappear. And she's really very bored. And she's no more likes, but she's married, of course, and she has to treat him anyway. She does everything, but not so friendly, with full of feeling, show the love. And that is, this man is missing. The man is himself the Vasudeva, and it is because of the Namankita, I think it is stated also like for Vishnu. So I'll try to do that.
ప్రేమతో నాతో మాట్లాడవా, ప్రేమతో నాతో మాట్లాడవా, ప్రేమతో నాతో మాట్లాడవా, ప్రేమతో నాతో మాట్లాడవా, ప్రియే నాపై కోపమా, ప్రేమతో నాతో మాట్లాడవా, ప్రియే నాపై కోపమా, ప్రేమతో నాతో మాట్లాడవా.
Do the Vinaya depend upon the situation, the place where the artist performs, how the reaction of the audience. And this will give more inspiration and encouragement. But online it is such difficult. So you just imagine yourself and performing. I don't know if audience like it or not. So that was my presentation. I wanted to do something different also, but the time is right, I believe. Is it okay?
Namaste, sir.
Namaste. Namaste.
Sir, actually, we want to take more and more of the session, but I think the time is a little a limit. So,
Yes.
yeah,
I mean, it's
I
already
think we'll
late,
go
right?
for,
Is it okay? But now finish.
yeah. Can we go for a Q&A session? Some couple of questions which we want to ask you. Yes, sir. Before we start, actually, it was a real, visual treat to watch you. And I think over the 4 days, whatever we have seen, and this was the most practically demonstrated presentation. We were actually wondering, you told your age reverse. Was it 74 or 47? We want to confirm it once again. But even at the age of 47, reversing your age, some of the people can't even walk in India right now because they have a lot of these joint pains or they have some other health issues and things like that. And I think the yoga and your continuous dance practice has kept you in such a great physical and mental, spiritual health too, sir. We thank you so much for the presentation. We only have 3 questions. One is regarding the Sahaja Abhinaya, which you just mentioned, which is a very peculiar kind of a thing. And I think it was very well demonstrated in the last Javali also, which you did. So do you want to talk a little bit more about this Sahaja Abhinaya in Mysore Bani?
Yes, of course. That's what I demonstrated. You know, if you see more demonstration, then maybe you would understand. But quickly to say that all depend upon the hasta viniyoga, hasta kshepas that I said, and where you hold. The stylized, even doing adavus, sometimes they are rigid or very fast or whatever. Now, for instance, if you show the Sundari, that you will hold the Sahaja Bina, the ladies, you just go like this or so. The walking, for instance, quickly, just walking or just quickly. And if you walk, in India, you see village ladies, they nicely walk like this, you know, it is, they walk. And this is Sahaja. It's not dance. They are not dancing always. But earlier times to art. But now in the modern world, the ladies, they also walk like men. But and no, so they are the position, and when you do the household, for instance, I was doing this is very natural.
Yeah.
And they show the face, yeah, Mukatolililvan, you won't keltare, Mukatolililvan keltare. So you cannot show like this, or like this, you can't show. So seeing, you can't show like this. This is a little more stylized, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and yes, sir, I think about the extended version of the same question, actually, you also mentioned an answer. You don't have to answer this, but I think if you can elaborate on it, it will be fine. Especially in the shloka, which you just demonstrated, Sa Prabhate. It was so beautifully expressed. The Prabhata was expressed so beautifully, sir, in various different, notions. And generally nowadays, we don't go to so many varieties of using any part of these things. We go for one Pratipada and one either Vakyartha and directly go to the storyboard where it's a dialogue between Radha and Krishna. But this was very intricate way of showing the lyrics in a very different way of representing the Sahitya itself, the essence of Prabhata. You just showed when the lotus blooms, when the sun comes, that was very beautiful. The birds leave their home, that is basically their nests, and go for their, fly. And it was really a nice visual treat. That, I think, especially that part of it. So
yes, not all not
Yes,
all
sir.
the words suits to explain, because in certain composition, why it is mentioned Prabhata. She spent the whole night, and when Prabhata came, how Prabhata came, she has to realize this. She listened when she was maybe sleeping and struggling not to wake up and laying down because she was suffering from passion, okay? And there also you can show different things. I didn't want to more elaborate, but there is time my guru was doing, Krishnani Deganavara, whatever. It's not only one or two things where she suffers. There are a lot of things, so you will have the room to develop Sanchari Bhavas, Vichari Bhavas, you can develop nicely according to the meaning. So you can say, and then she comes and open the, it's my God, then she realizes he's not yet here. And then slowly the anger develops, not just when you open the door suddenly like this, but it depends upon the character of the woman, So
yeah. Thank you so much, sir. So that was something which was very, a takeaway from the session. Right, we don't have to only show the the main Sanchari, because nowadays the Sanchari itself is just the storyboard. We directly go into the dramatic representation of the story rather than expressing the bhava of the actor. Because I had a dialogue with you before also. You rightly mentioned that the person has to be the patra itself rather than just imitating. Can you please repeat that discussion which we had yesterday, please, just to enlighten all of us?
Yes, there is
imitation and involving. Yeah, involvement and imitation.
Abhinaya, what a teacher taught, and any guru taught to the student, and they will try to imitate from some. You don't have your own experience, or if you're not that one talent to imagine the situation and elaborate yourself, one should, for that, to get this inspiration, you have to go to the nature and see even what a bird, how it moves in one minute, or the tree, how, regarding to the windows or whatever, you can watch all the animals. They have this also. I couldn't demonstrate all this, how animal walks, because I do a lot of things, animal story. And the animals play a big role in our mythology stories, not only the gods and Naik and Naik Baba. So we have so many things. So we all bring this also, the nature, how it is in nature. You can say endless. Now, only quickly back to this. Abhinaya is acting. It's not pretending. So you can't pretend. You can pretend perhaps, yeah, like this in Javali you saw that she was little pretending, but it belongs to the dance, not the artist itself pretends. So that is different. And then acting, you have to involve in this. Otherwise, you have to experience with your soul. If I am showing a woman role, then I become that. And if I see a man role, then I become that. But soul has no gender. You know, you can, if you are really that much reach this level, so you can show anytime anything. You can become a little child, you can become an old man or a young girl. You know, that's what our big stars, they did it. You know, we have the examples, the great masters. And so one has to see, by seeing different things, you learn a lot. We say music, you hear, you learn a lot. So like this. Did you get my answer? Was it okay?
Yes, sir. Sir, the next question is basically, I think Mysore University was one among, I think, the first university to bring performing arts into a formal education. And you are one of the student alumnus, a successful alumnus from that university in performing arts department. So my question will be very apt for you, because you were in that zone of transition in the whole of country, where these dance forms were, passed on in a traditional Guru Shishya Parampara system. But you were educated in this formal education, British formal education system with a degree, master degree, and things like that. So, how would you compare a traditional educational system which we have as a Guru Shishya Parampara over this transition which has occurred? Now, even I am an MFA degree holder, but the experience which I underwent there and with 13 years with my guru is completely a different experience though. So I want to hear it from you as to how do you find this transition? Is it a good thing or a bad thing, or what is your opinion about it?
No, actually, I must say honestly, I did not miss this. I didn't think this is university and we have to all write down and learn and write the exams, makika maki. I was not like this, because at the university, they were all stalwarts, great Vidvamsas. Professor Ramratnam, a great Sangeeta Vidvamsa. Gauri Kuppaswamy, Dr. R.N. Doraswamy, Vishweshwaran, Professor Vishweshwaran Veena, and Mridangam Nagushnaachar. So I was spending every day with this great artists, and they would I would go there and collect the knowledge more. It was like this. I was always digging out the things, to everybody. I was asking, how is this? Like you are asking me. So I was asking all the time. I'm still asking whenever I go. I ask. So I didn't miss, because my soul was longing. I was brought up from childhood with the yoga, with the philosophy. We were reading every day Bhagavad Gita. So it is all, in a way, it's consciousness was there. What I am doing. How much, what is this? You feel this in conscious, not just you do it like this. What to say? Some Maha Ganapati. It's Maha, the greatness of the Ganapati you feel. You just don't show Maha Ganapati. You can do very decently. You can do that people are saying. But I think that the whole mythology story is what has happened with the Lord Ganesha, Vighna Vinayaka. So you really beg for blessings or request blessings. It's not just shown, and that is involvement. And this actually I had learned, what it means from my childhood. I started very little young boy. My sister used to sing, or something. Radha Sameta Krishna. So it came from my childhood. Used to go and listen to Harikathas, and like this, it was already in. So I wanted to learn. Then I went and learned. I didn't only just learn this for exams. And Venkatalakshma was telling so many things, and I was collecting from outside also a lot of things. So we are used to
So if you are
listening.
involved, I think you should be ready to receive it. If you are in a receiver end
Yeah.
and you know what to take from where, I think it doesn't matter whether it is a Guru Shishya teaching or this thing, but whether both these sides, you need to have great gurus, and you are blessed to have that panel even at the university is what we can get from your answer.
Yes, it depends
Therefore,
upon the.
yesterday also, yeah,
Yes.
yes, sir. Yesterday also there were a couple of mentions about these kind of dances like Pata Nritya,
Sorry?
uh, Gali Pata Nritya. So
Yeah.
in the similar style, I've also heard that you were very famous for dances like Hunter dance and
Yeah.
Peacock dance. Can you please tell us about were these part of your parampara, that these kind of dances were part of the thing just to
Yeah.
entertain the public?
Yes, this folklore dances. At that time, people were coming on the streets and performing something like this, not wearing this like a stage performance. So we used to do, at that time all the festivals was done, and we didn't have a big theater houses who the artists come and perform. Generally, most village people, they used to perform. Like I have learned Kamsale, Dollu Kunita, all different kinds of folk dances. I'm trained, and we perform also. We were the first dance group also in Europe, but in Switzerland especially, presented. In the beginning, we never only just did Bharatanatyam. Till interval, we did classical dances, and half of the program was different one, like Koravanji, hunter or snake and peacock and all this, yeah, Kamsale, and also lot of Janapada Nrityas, love story. Neeri ghogo henne mille na barti, nane ninna sardane. So I was doing even classical dance. I was studying in the university function. I was doing with other boys. I mean, they were not dancers. I used to go and teach them. And learning. Yeah, we presented in Delhi in 1972 for our Republic Day function. From the college, we presented folk dance, believe me. Yeah.
So that is something I think the audience also need to know about the parampara, like how the repertoire had, these kind of desi forms of, Janapada dances and all included. Last question, sir. You are an Indian, though, even now, truly by heart.
Yes. I
Uh,
die like Indian. I'd come back also as an Indian.
So all your education, and you have been an ambassador, cultural ambassador of India since I think 4 decades now, and you've been in the West. So we want to know about like West.
I'm very active. I'm working. There is no
No, no,
rest.
no, West, Allah, West. I said
Yes.
West.
Sorry.
Yeah. So my bad. So we want a message from you as to what do you feel when you come back now to India and see the situations here and there. How do you feel that importance of dance, basically our dance of Bharatanatyam, has been undergone a change, and in terms of societal importance and kind of learning maybe, and the performances, and then the what you can say, the love towards Indian classical dance in the West and East, that is in India right now. When you regularly visit India, we know that. So you perform here in our state, various festivals also. So do you find what is the difference? You find better in India or in the West? So you have more and more receiving end over there right now. What is the situation you find globally?
It is difficult. It's a challenge for me to show our Indian art and culture, for the European who they never saw something like this. Still people, they come and they never saw Indian dance. So we haven't covered the whole Switzerland even, though we performed. But they are very much interested. Not all the European, like not all the Indians, they like Bharatanatyam, isn't it?
Yes, that's true.
Yes. Yes. Like this, but we explain them. We go to little school functions, Swiss schools, my both daughters are also just carrying my this own Sampradaya, Anjali and Sumitra, from childhood, though they have studied different subjects and have their masters and so, but they only want to stay as temple dancers. Even I sometimes do a little bit modern things, and so, but they say, no, 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 Papi, you don't have to do it, do only this. And they say, no, I mean, not quickly. Now, the interest is there. Once you know the value of this, you stuck to that. If you perform, it is, if people, they understand, Kalidasa has a loko bhinna ruchihi, isn't it? So, we cannot change the people, but perhaps we can impress the people.
Yeah.
That is what that I said, and they can suddenly change. In yoga also, many they come to do exercises, oh no, and then suddenly they realize what yoga is bringing to them, and they are very deep in it. And keep silence. In the beginning, they talk and this and that. No. The discipline comes from inside. But anyway, all these stories are in Europe. It is for them new and strange. So we explain the whole background. We just only don't perform. I speak German. My daughter speaks also French, German, Italian, Spanish, all this. So whenever we go to different places, they explain in their own language, which is fascinating for them. They realize. So it's not different. It's like you and me. Wherever you are, we are all human beings. So you are hurt. If you are hurted, you cry. If you see any dangers, you are afraid. Anybody. So you actually don't need the language. Hand gesture itself, it's a language. So we explain. So I love you. You don't. Then go away. That's it. So I mean, like this, it's challenging for us, and also to how deep you can go, what it means, and so on. Of course, sometimes it is difficult if we perform in India, Ganesha or Shiva or Krishna. It's easy, people they know all, and the stories they know, and still we perform Ramayana. ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇದ್ರೂನು you get the different reactions from different artists in India. So here, if they ask why Indian gods, they all look feminine, because they wear the jewels, all these garlands and jewels. Then we have to explain this. How Krishna, of course, is a romantic person, but how strong he is, and things like this. And we give the examples, and it's like this. Like I said, it is Hindus. We believe what we believe that I tell. So we explain it, and they understand. They understand it. Oh, it's very nice. That's why I'm having yoga students also in 30, 35 years, 40 years, they still come. Sometimes the whole family comes. And generation. I always, even the yoga classes, I always connect with the philosophy and spirituality, and so it's not just the exercises. And the body, also it belongs to nature. It's created by God. So
thank you so much, sir. I think we have already exceeded time a lot, but the viewers are still giving good.
Are we online?
We are online.
Thank you.
No, we are still online.
But in public?
Yeah. We're still online.
Yes,
so thank you so much, sir. You're from Basel, Switzerland. You've accepted the invitation to actually present about Mysore Parampara from the Jatitayamma and Dr. V.K. Venkatalakshmamma, what you have got. And I think all of us are really enlightened today with your real great presentation, and that too, keeping all the factors, that is your age or whatever it is, and technology also. We are here in India, and I'm sitting in a non-metro city like Tumkur, and we are telecasting this to the world. And with a lot of all these challenges, we have actually had a very great session with you. There are no words. We're very humbled for your enthusiasm at this age, and we seek your blessings actually, and this kind of a divine art will come to us, and the energy and enthusiasm which you have carried on the legacy forward. Thank you so much from Rasagrahi, Sri Sai Ramandritya Kendra Tumkuru, and all the viewers across the world, and especially greetings from your motherland, and Mysore, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I thank you for asking me to come and do this and this for this invitation. I really, I was very happy when you asked this, so I'll do it. And thank you very much for you and your team, Rasagrahi team, to Rupashri that she introduced me. And thank you very much for Rupashri and you and your team and everybody, and to the all audience who came. Yeah. I thank them. Hope we meet again and I could show better things.
We should, sir. Thank you. Yella Vikshakarigu Namaskara. Thank you all for watching us. Tomorrow, again, same time at 5 p.m. We have one more Bani, which is Kolar Bani, which will be presented by Padmini Sridhar ma'am from Bangalore. So please, let's all join again at 5 p.m. in large numbers and support the initiative. Thank you.
And it was a great experience to see all other people, also other artists, great artists who have spent the whole life. And I'm looking forward for next artist to see also. Thank you very much for this chance that we could see all this, sitting at home and see them dancing.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope. Thank you so much. See you then. Bye.
Thank you, sir.